Hi everybody, it's next part of the finishing the incense burners off. The bodies are they're handleable, but this is still very wet at the bottom here. They just need turning over to dry a little bit. But the lids, obviously, because the lids are smaller and thinner, they dry out quicker, so I can do this bit. There's the body of it. There's the lid. I was going to put some handles on, but I think I'm going to leave it. Just pierce it with some holes. I'll just do one more. It's quite a simple procedure really. I'm just taking the corner off this. A quick and simple job. That's it. Lid finished. Obviously, if you wanted to make this as a teapot, you would need to be able to lift it off with the knob. You just apply a little bit of clay and then throw a little knob on there, but that's the lid finished. Okay, I said a bit earlier that I wasn't going to put any handles on these, but I've decided against it. I looked at some old ones I did before, and they look better with this little handle on. It's a kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of bird shape, horn shape. And just apply a little bit of slip. Roughen the edge. And it's just a little sausage of clay really, pointed at the ends. And then I use my stamp to fix it on. That's it, quite simple really. Right, two alternatives. Lid with, lid without handles. I'll do a selection of both, I think. Right, I've put all the little horned handles on this set. It's just a question of putting some holes in it now. Just use a hole maker for teapots. This is to let the smoke out because it's an incense burner, obviously. Just arrange them in a circle. There are the holes. Clean the insides up when it dries. And that's it. Hi, good morning everybody. Just finishing off these little incense burners. You've seen the other part of the video there where we've got the lids made. That's the lid on it. Some have got these little handles. I might pick them up by the handle because they're fragile when they're not fired. That's the lid. I've already pierced the top there, as you saw earlier. This is the base. I've just turned it off, so you've got a sphere, more or less. Yesterday I prepared some legs because you don't have to stand on these legs. I've tried putting them on before when they were just wet, and then tried to stand them, and they bend and fall over. So I made these last night, and now it's first thing this morning. I've left them out and they're quite firm now, leather hard. Funnily enough, they look like the incense sticks that go inside, so I'm just going to stand on those. So when I turn them, I just put a small indentation with my finger to give me a circle, so that I know how to position them all. And it's just a question of fitting the 3 legs and just mark out with some slip 3 equidistant spaces, scratch it, and mixes the clay and loosens it up. It's quite a good little, if you're learning, any of you are learning, or beginners, or there's a lot of skills involved in just making this one little piece. There's the throwing the moon jar shape, you know, the sphere, that's quite tricky, or could be quite tricky. There's throwing the lid, there's applying the handle, turning the lid, there's making these little feet, so it's quite a good little practice thing, a little exercise to do. Last one. Try and get three legs the same length. They are all roughly the same length. But, another reason for having 3 is that the tripod always stands up. Smooth the bases in a little bit. I shall fettle with these a little bit when I've finished, just to finish them off. I'm just doing this quickly for you now. So there it is. So all I need to do now is put some more pierce holes in it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some bands of colour on here for some brushwork. That's another part, another sort of using every skill that I have involved with this. So I'm going to put 3 lots of holes in here. So I'm going to do it above the leg. So I'm going to put one in there and create a small triangle of holes, using the legs as a means of getting them equidistant. That's 3 here. These are getting quite dry by now. All the handling and sitting about that they have to do. And now obviously it's going to need at the bottom here some vent holes. I made a few that didn't have holes at the bottom, and the incense stick used to keep going out, lack of oxygen. So I'm putting a row of holes around the bottom, so obviously you get airflow in and then up and out. Same principle as a kiln, really. Okay, that's that. And then final part now will be a brush stroke. This will have some of my brushwork on it, and that's it, finished. All done. Small incense burner using all of my skills for what they are. Good little practice piece. Okay, there you go.